Hey everybody, that's a stick. Boy, I had some damn fun today. Before we get started, we're gonna have a little show and tell because this is actually I think this is my 9th video. This is my 7th time taking this damn motor apart. Well, I got two of them, two pumps, and the first time I done it, I had like a bunch of videos that was over an hour long. Each one of them could I get in the zone, and like over 6 gigabytes, so I can't put them in anything to code them up. Then the second time I done it, my head was in the way. And the third time that I did it, anyways, the very first time I actually I took the motor, fuel pump apart, and started putting it together and fixing it, and got halfway through it. Then I realized, man, I forgot I'm supposed to be making videos. So I came in here and halfway started making videos, showing everybody what I've done. I'm not gonna do all that stuff. I'm just gonna, because I found out it's harder for me to actually talk and concentrate while I'm making the video itself. So I'm going to explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you halfway what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to make the video, put it in. This is going to be in the front of it, so you know what's going on. Okay, anyways. This right here is Mr. Gasket. And this one right here is Edelbroch. They are both exactly the same on the inside, except a few key things. This one right here, 13 years old. This one's 13 years old. This is the first original one I had on the pump. This is my favorite because it is a Mr. Gasket. Not necessarily because it is a Mr. Gasket, but because it has a metal sleeve, a jacket. The fins rub on the side, it's okay. Comes off and everything. Now this one doesn't. It's just there. So it's kind of, it can wear out on you. And it's crazy because this is 3 months old and it's already went kaput. When I first opened this up, I didn't open this one up because I just took it off and put this one on. I worked 20 miles away from where I live, so I called them ahead of time and told them I needed a pump. I need a 12 volt universal fuel pump. Says, okay, we got one, we'll hold it for you. They said it was like $59. When I showed up at Advanced Auto Parts after I got off work, they said it was $70. I was like, 70? They said it was only 50 or 59. Okay, so they gave me the little reduction. It was 59. Got back to the house, opened it up, looked at it. It was green. I was like, that ain't right. That's diesel, because all the ones I've ever seen is red. Go down, looking through the numbers, third on the list. It's got the numbers on this one. Green, diesel. Ah, shit. So 3 months later, it went kaput. It actually just locked up. It wouldn't pump anymore. So I took it off. It wouldn't even move, but no matter which direction you change the polarity. So I took it off, put this one back on there, and it started pumping again. And every once in a while I had to shake it. So I was shaking it real hard one day, and the damn positive wire came out. It just came clean out. Like, oh man, that really sucked. So I said, well, damn, I gotta fix this one. It's like running master locks back when you're a kid in junior high school. What you do is get your pair of pliers. You ain't supposed to take these off. You're supposed to have $60 and buy a brand new one. But me, I done got $60, so now I'm good at fixing shit. So I fixed this thing 7 times, and every single time, except the very last time, it worked. It pumped fuel and water. I have a little setup over here, which I have like a bunch of Pringles cans and hoses and stuff, and I run and make sure it works before I take it out there. But I didn't take one out there, which is the one I just got done taking it apart. I didn't take it out there, but you can't see it. I went crazy with the glue just in case, because I was like, I'm done. I can't afford to be doing this anymore. I'm running around supplies. On that other side right here, it looks just like this. I don't know if you can see it or not. It looks just like this. And what you do, well, not these. What you do is you get this, just like on the master locks when you're in high school or junior high school. You grab it right here and you pinch. Then you can sit there and grab it and walk it. Walk it like a TIG torch, and you end up opening it up. I've opened these damn things up so many damn times, they're starting to get brittle, they're starting to fall off, and just starting to get really, really, really weak. But before that, I didn't know how to get it open. I even looked it up online how to get it open. I have not seen a video how to get it open or how to take it apart. The only ones I've ever seen in videos is how to put them on. I was like, okay, damn, I'll make a video putting it on or taking it apart and fixing it. So when I took it apart, I didn't know what I was doing because I've never taken it apart before. I thought maybe it unscrewed or something. So I grabbed my channel locks, grabbed a pair of channel locks on both ends, crimped it down right here. Another side, cramped it down right here, and twisted it, and it snapped. I was like, oh, that's good. Come to find out, right here on this one, you see these little grooves? These little grooves right here, they fit in 2 little grooves down here on the bottom. So I had to eventually take a file and get them out so it would go down in there, because it never would seat all the way in, because I never could line the damn thing up, because you can't see it, and it's not that hard. It's just the stuff that you're having to go through, and everything falls apart and off and everything. But when you're first opening these things, I mean, after you open it up, I've opened this one up so many damn times that this gasket right here is kaput. So that's why I had to start putting the glue on it. Because when I'm priming the pump at the front, because these right here, these are gravity fed. They're supposed to be lower than your fuel tank, and they push. They push more than they can pull. So you don't want to have it no more than like 2 or 3 feet away from your actual pump, and lower than the pump, or lower than the tank. And so I'm up at the front of the truck with I got a carburetor and all that, and I'm sitting there sucking on the damn hose, and I realized it ain't doing nothing. So then I kind of find out that it was leaking. But when you open them things up and you open it up, see the difference between these, this is pretty much the same. The difference between these is this one right here's got this little groove on it, and I ground that off so I could actually use this top on this end, because I like this one better, because the straighter, or it is bigger than the one on this side. It's smaller. Oh, and there's another thing I was just going to tell you to be mindful about. See, it's smaller. Now, what you got to keep in mind is, if you ain't paying attention when you pull this thing, out, when you pull this piece out like this right here, like this, it's in there like this, and you're pulling it out, and you go to pull it out like this, and if you ain't paying attention to what you're doing, you won't know it. I got crazy glue on my damn fingers. I cannot grab anything. When you're pulling this out, you just ain't paying no attention. What you didn't realize is there's a little metal washer right here. It's right here. First thing it does is come off, and boom, it sticks right to the damn magnet on the inside. That's that. But when I first opened this, I opened this one up first, and when I opened it up, everything was together. All this, it was like this right here. It's all up in there. This popped the top off, and the whole thing was like somebody did was working with clay, because this gear right here, or sprocket, is like a tan looking color, or ecru, or beige, whatever you want to call it. And it was it's like a thick chalky looking crap all inside. I was like, man, that ain't right. And you can see where it kind of wore. It's got like a little notch. But the gear was fine. There wasn't nothing wrong with it. When we were going to pull it out, the gear came off, or the sprocket came off. When the sprocket came off, this piece right here, this sprocket right here, was on the shaft. Yeah, was on the shaft right here. It was together. It wasn't broken. It wasn't cracked. It wasn't broken or anything. But it had a hairline crack. You could see it. You could see the hairline. You could see the dirt that was in the crack, or the rust that was in the crack. The rust that was in the crack. You could see it going down the side. I was like, man, that's not good. So I crazy glued it back together, put it up inside the sprocket, or the sprocket, which actually helps hold it together. I put it up inside the sprocket. Hold on a second. I can't hold anything because the damn crazy glue makes my hands super, super slippery. Yee! That is very aggravating. But I sliced the living crap out of my finger today. Nodding off, being really tired, having to get this done. Man, I need my truck bad. I ain't never had this long without a vehicle. Man, struggling stick. Yeah, my fingers, I can't grab nothing. Super slick. I edit all this out. I'm gonna do a lot of editing now. Good God! It's not that important, but I'm gonna try to do something. Fuck it, screw it. Alright, anyways, I crazy all glued that back together, put it back up together. When you're pulling these out, you got these little, when you're pulling these out, I'll go ahead and show you. You learn a little thing, because what you don't realize, in my personal opinion, this one is a better pump, simply because this thing right here is a gear, okay, or sprocket. Then it has another sprocket inside of it. Then it has the fins can rub on, because if nothing spins in centrifugal force, they spread out. This is oblong, So at one point, right around in here, one of them fins is going to be all the way up in the sprocket. This one on the left is going to be just now starting to close, and this one on the right is going to be just now starting to open, and the other two are going to be always spread out. So you got one in, four out. And this, hold on a second. Yeah, this one over here, it's got a metal sleeve. It's got a good metal sleeve. Ain't got to worry about it wearing out. This is a one solid piece. It's one solid piece. Just like that. And you got bigger magnets. And it's just, I don't know, man. But nobody would ever realize this if they never took it apart. You don't realize you're actually buying, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but you're buying a name. You're buying a name. You're not actually getting quality because you're not going to take it apart. I'm just going to spend $50 to go buy a new one. I was trying to find videos last night, and they got a bunch of different websites. These things are going up to $70, $80, $92. People are reselling them on their site, and they're costing more. I was like, crap. So when you're opening this up, take your fingers in here or whatever, what you want to do. Push them in here. There's a little notch right here on the top. Just right above the brush. Flip it up like this. Plink on that one. Push it in there. Flip it up like this. Oh, make sure you get it there. Plink, land on the top one. Oh. You should get the wires out of the way first, you dummy. Okay. That way, because, ouch. Right up there. Because when you're putting this together, this piece right here, this little bearing goes on the bottom right here. Yeah. This bearing goes on the bottom. And when you're putting this all together and you're trying to put this back down in there, when them brushes are closed, it's really hard to get that damn thing in there. So I just spread it apart and push it down in there. But this all goes together in one unit. You pretty much have it like this right here, and you're putting it all up in there just like that. Now, when I do, I'm not going to show you all that stuff. I'll show you some of it, but I've done it so many damn times. I've made this pump so many times that every single time, every one of them worked except one. And that's the one that I didn't do, because just as soon as I was priming the pump, it bogged down and it made a different noise. Like, oh, it's working. But I never had any fuel. It's like, something ain't right. So I went back there and I was looking, and it's like, you know, I put new hoses on the thing, because the hose, I believe the hoses is on my truck was 44 years old, because I got a 77 K5 Blazer. It's jacked up. It's got big tires on it. The whole outside of it's covered in bed liner. It's a mutter. That's my truck. My tank, 6,200 pounds. And anyways, these fins, I put it back out there. Oh, the reason it was stopped, because one of these fins right here was sitting on the side of the sprocket like this, on the outside of the sprocket, in between that and the wall of the wall. And the other one was sticking right here. They sit just like this. I was like, man. Well, anyways, you're supposed to. So just like that. Well, anyways, but it was just like that in here. I was like, no wonder it ain't working. So I put them up and I looked at them. I was like, something ain't right. They don't look right. The way that, when I took this, I didn't pay too much attention, because actually, when I got done, I was like, damn, I don't know which way to put these damn pins back in. So I looked up online, and there's no information on these things. I had to put them back together. There's none on YouTube. There's none on Google. I was like 3 pages down. And they don't normally go past 3 or 4 pages. I started finding all these weird pumps. Then all of a sudden, I logged back into YouTube, and 12-volt universal pump. But it's not these pumps. It's a totally different pump. There's not one single pump like this on YouTube for a video. So there's my video right there. First fixing video. And so I was like, well, that don't make no sense. Because when I took this one apart, I paid attention to it before I moved the sprockets. These little pieces right here, when you got these on there, these sprocket, when I took this one apart, this sprocket right here was broke clean in half. Just like that. Clean in half. Now these pieces right here, they sit. See, it spins to the right, clockwise. It spins clockwise. And these pieces right here, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me get the right edge. I'm going to get the right edge up there. there's a wore out spot right in the middle where this thing comes in and out, 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 and it's a wore out spot right in the middle. So what I did is I took it and I watched it. See, the way it was is when this thing comes out and it spins, okay, they had it to where the wore out spot, well, it wore its own self out because it's constantly rubbing on it, coming in and out. There's a narrow side and a wide side. The wide side is sticking out because it's sticking out just enough to where it was almost fully extended as far as it could go outward like this. But it's like a hellacious angle, man. I'm talking, it was like a hellacious angle. And like then a couple of them was like, bloop, lays out on the outside. I was like, well, that sucks. So when I crazy glued it the first time, put it back together, I took the direction it travels, I changed it to where the solid part is on the wall and the big part, the big side on the back was back in the back. So when it spun like this and it spun, let me see if I can get it right. When it got like this and it spun, that damn thing came almost all the way out. And look, see when it was like this. See this side right here ain't broken. If it come out, you could see how far it was over. It leaned over like that. Hold on, I will get you in a second. This is important. Get up here so I can see what I'm doing. This is important. Now it's like this. That's how far it wobbles out. And that's insane. I don't know if you can see that or not. That is insane. I changed it to where the wide part is on the back side and this part is on the front side. So when it's sticking like that, look, it's like pretty much straight and you're out super far. So that's how I put it back together after there. So when I was coming back, this way it stopped. And it quit again, but this one quit too. And I was like, man, not again, the damn freaking, the fins came out. Then I knew what to do this time because once I put it back together. So when I opened it up, this damn thing right here was like this. It was in 3 freaking pieces. And this gear right here was like kaput. And one of my fins was gone. That's what this fin is. That's what that fin right there is. I had to make a fin. The fin was like gone. I found it the other, I think I actually found it yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's on the video. It was down inside the pump. I was like, something was shaking. I was like, what the hell is that? And I looked down, I couldn't see it. So when I looked down into this and you look down in through it, you could actually see light coming up through the bottom. And I was like, there's my fin. It's been in that damn thing for at least a week. So that is completely insane. So put it all back together. It worked. Threw it out in the truck. Run for a little while and put. So that was 2 times that I put them pumps back together. Now the next time, I was like, man, I gotta do something. I took both these pumps, mainly this one because I didn't want to mess up the Edelbroch one. I took the Mr. Gasket because I like this sleeve. This is important. I like it. It's very, very important because I don't want it to wear out. So I took this one. And I was searching around my house like crazy to find something that I could use that would fit inside of here. And I was like, I don't have anything that fit in there that's solid. I ain't going outside grabbing a piece of wood. And I'm not going to go get a 2x4 or a damn piece of plywood because it's pine and ain't no good. So I was looking around and I was like, oh man, I got some T-handles for this. I got some T-handles for an Allen wrench or for Allen's. That fit right down in there, man. That fit down in there perfect. I can cut off. So I sit there and I sawed it and I sawed it and I sawed it and I sawed it off, and the damn thing's got a metal thing in there. So that don't work. So I just have to glance up, and I was like, oh, this is what I did. I took this. I got 2 of these that's exactly the same. The inside diameter, I'm going to use them for my. I'm going to make a. This is going to be my, when I get around to it, this is going to be my, it's beautiful. I'm making a lay. I'm going to make a lay. This is the perfect inside diameter. I'm using this. It fits right on side. It fits on the shaft for this for So I have a universal, everybody's going to have the exact same. What it's going to be is this piece is going to be where everything, this is going to be a universal motor and everything connects to that. Kind of almost like my drill gun over here. Like my drill thing right here. This is my drill. Oh. See, it's universal. Everything slides in and pops in and out of it. That's cool. Anyways, okay. I took this, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'll show you what I did. See if you can see the vise. Yeah, you see the vise. I took this one right here, put it in the clamp like this. Took my channel locks, just like this. Grabbed it. You can see I already done it a couple times. Grabbed it like this and went back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. To change the outside diameter. Over and over and over. I had a big old pile of crap. Until I got to the point where I was the size, really close to the size I needed to fit inside here. So, took my hacksaw. I got a couple different hacksaws. I got a bigger saw, I got a miter saw, got a little miter saw, got the box, and I got another little hacksaw, all kinds of saws. But, I chopped this first piece off like this right here. Then I chopped the other side off just like that. And I ground that thing down. That thing was beautiful. It was crystal clear. You could see through it. It was very, very nice. And put it all together. Had it set up with this right here sitting on this hold on. There, come in. I'll put the picture in the video. That's one of the pictures. Oh, hold on. There's one of the pictures right here. That's where everything was spread apart after it shattered and everything. And the next one, there's the gear I made, but it's messed up after that because I kept having to touch it and spin it, touch it and spin it, touch it and spin it, touch it and spin it because I'd have to grind it down that way it'd fit because it's oblong. And there's everything where it's together. It's all the pieces together. But I put it all together, everything, and it ran beautifully, man. I actually had some pressure, man. I made a mess in my front room because I was priming the pump, and when I was priming the pump, the hose ain't about this long. It goes from one Pringle can to the pump that goes down into another Pringle can. I was sitting there pumping. I was like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because I got an extension cord hooked up to my battery. I got a 12-volt battery. It's hooked up to the battery. And I was sitting there pumping it, and I kept my finger over trying to hold it and disconnected everything. And I was squirting water outside my thumb. I was like, oh, this motherfucker's going to work. It's going to work. Working fine. I put it out there on the truck. It worked great. And all of a sudden, it started making, it worked for like a day. All I did is go to my mom's house and come back. And by the time I got done, it's like it started acting funky and it just stopped dead. I was like, what the? I got upset. So I brought it in here and looked at it. And it melted the gear. Look at it. It's gooey. It looks like snot. It's like it just melted it. I was like, well, that freaking sucks. Because because it was perfect, man. It was beautiful. Its fins was set up and everything. But it literally turned my gear to snot. You can see how smooth and round and goofy looking it looked. I'm like, well, that freaking sucks. It's like, well, crap, I ain't got nothing to do now. So, it's back to the drawing board. So I was like, what can I do now? So I was fiddling, farting around. I was like, no, I'm gonna make one out of wood. So I was messing around. I got one. Oh, it's right here in this thing. I got this one. I made it. I put it on there. That damn thing about ready to put it together. And I was on there. See, when there's certain ways you do it. When you got it together, and you have the shaft up inside. My shaft there. Where the hell did it go? I'll put this one. You got it together. You have the shaft up inside like this. You got to realize that it's oblong, so it's always going to touch on one of the sides. You want it to ride on that side. It's literally supposed to ride on that side, but it's not supposed to be where it's supposed to ride outside. But when it spins, the centrifugal force pushes these out. That way they, here's a little marks. That's the bottom. It's always going to be riding on that side. But this is like, it could put, now you spin it. And what I was doing is I was just try to get it right. I would spin it. That's why it's got all the, that's why I had all the dimples in it, because I was using this. I would spin it and it get real tight, real tight. So I'd spin it, like, okay, that's where it's touching. I'd spin it back and I'd sit there right up to the top here and go like this. Spin it back and forth. It got to the point where all the way around it was perfect. It'd spin. Then I got it at one point we got to where it was real tight, and I grabbed it with my, grabbed it right this right here. And I don't know why I did it. I was over there ready. I was putting water up to it and everything, getting ready to go. And I went like this. As soon as I went like that, I go to move it. Tink! It cracked. I was like, what the? So I was like, oh God. So took it apart, come over, grabbed another one. As soon as I got over there, I grabbed another one, started working on it. So realize is this damn thing right here starts out this big. It starts out this big. This is the only piece of wood that I found that's actually a good solid piece of wood that's got a lot of pine in it. I don't even know what the hell it is. All I know is I don't really use this thing. It's my mom got me a whole bunch of cleaning supplies and all this stuff and little personal plunger. You never been put in a toilet. But when you cut it, man, it's solid. But when you cut it, it stinks. I don't know what type of wood it is. But so I was sitting there and I made another one. Now I'm grinding it. And what I do is I take this piece right here. I'll show you exactly what I do. It's real simple, real easy, real fast. It's not going to take a lot of time. I don't know who's going to be still watching this by the time I'm ready. Take it like this right here. Go around it. This is the perfect, exactly the right size as the piece itself. I don't know how I managed that, but this is the right size exactly of the gear, of the sprocket. 100%. 100% perfect right size of the sprocket. I'm talking, it's like right down to the T. Everything. It's kind of messed up now because I've kind of wobbled it out a little bit. Because I was actually putting it over top of a bolt. Because I was going to make a metal one, put that so I can have a hole. But anyways, yeah, just like this right here. Go all the way around. Make it real quickie. Like that. Real simple. Razor knife. Now this is what I did all day yesterday. Razor knife. That's where all these marks are. Razor knife and go like this. We lose a finger in front of everybody. Just keep doing that right there. See if I can get it the right size ahead of time. Because I found out there's a trick that I do that really helps out. Oh, it's getting dangerous. I got a little trick over here on the side that I found out on the third or the fourth time that I've done this. I had chips all over the damn place in the kitchen in here. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing up here. Yeah, you can still see. I'm gonna keep chipping these off like this. And I think I'm going a little bit too small for my little trick, but at least you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, I grind all these things down. I got like chips everywhere. It sits almost right down in there. Now what I do is this one thing right here. 5/8. It's perfect. I sit there and I get it where it started. We're going there like this right here. I'm gonna start spinning it. Once you just get it started, there you go. Spin it. This is gonna be a little awkward because normally you want to get it where it's like you don't have any. You want it to be because I'm almost like a stop sign. I got a bunch of different sizes, and you keep spinning it and pushing. You're putting pressure on it while you're spinning it, so that way when it pops out the other side, this takes a while. It gets hot too. It pops out the other side. It's almost perfectly smooth, and it's the exact same size as this. Because this right here, perfect size. I mean, it's just perfect. And even if it's not perfect, you grind it down a little bit more. But this is like a good way to get, instead of all the damn grinding. Because the first videos, got videos where I'm sitting there like this on some of the videos. I'm sitting in a freaking chair, got this down like this, and I'm going like this. Rounding off, spinning it and rounding off, going like this. And that is, I got a lot of time doing that. I got a couple times where I grabbed it with channel locks and doing it like that. But, okay. So, that next time I did it, after that one snap, the next time that I did it, where the hell is it at? Here it is. The next time, I'm working on it, and I was like, oh, I got it done. This one snapped on me. I got it. I started working on this one. Got my lines all ready to go. I set up my, you gotta be smart. And you lose your tools too. It's not smart. Oh, yeah. Set up your tools like this. Right size like this. That way it fits down in there. You don't want it to wobble. You want it to be safe. Right, looks like this right here. I got my saw. I made a bunch of, gonna make, the fuck you calling them things? We're making circles and stuff. Compasses. Or a protractor, one or two. These are hacksaw blades. You know, if you try to cut a hacksaw blade, you can cut a hacksaw blade, but as soon as you get right there at the end where the teeth are, it gets really freaking hard. But I always liked how it's like perfectly the same and it's smooth. And I was like, oh, I put something in here, go like this, grab it, and that's a freaking sawer. But grab my little pieces. One goes one way, one goes the other way. I got a whole bunch of brands, making new ones, a bunch of them. These right here, and this one goes that way. And I'll grab it like this, make sure I get it just right. Keep going and going and going. Now I'd go down to a certain depth. I would only go down the width of this. So I was going down, going down, going down. So you can sit around and get like this, and like this is like a triangle, and this is the same one like this one, but it's solid. So I'd go down this way first with the narrow edge, then I'd get to the top like that. So I'd flip it over and I'd go like this, and that's as far as I would go. So no further than that. So I started doing it. I got the first one, and I got the second one, and when I got to the third one, I went down way further than I was supposed to, and I went down far, way down there, to where I was like, oh crap. I was like way down there. So just as soon as I grabbed this right here, and I stuck it in there, and I went like that, plink, it popped off just like that. Plink, I was like, oh, son of a, that must snap that one. So I was like, man, you ain't gonna whoop me. So I turned around, and I grabbed another one. And I sit there, I started doing all that rigmarole. Now this is the one that this is one that worked. I went out there, this is the one that I just took off. And what it was is when I went out there, I didn't even try this at the house. I went straight out there, put it on the truck, started working, I turned it on. I'm underneath the truck and everything. And I went to the front of the truck, pulled out my extra hoses and started sucking on the hose and primed it. I could tell just as soon as it hit the pump, it bogged down just like the normal sound does. And it just had this beautiful purr, man. It was quiet as hell. I got videos of me at the very end to where I've got the pressure on it. I got this piece on the top, and I'm sitting there. I'm holding it. First, I'm watching the gear spin with the fins sticking out. Then I put this on and put some pressure on it to make sure it's going to work. And I'm spinning it. Then it shows me putting it together. Shows me putting all the glue on it and everything. Then that was it. That's all I showed. And that's a good about 30 minutes, 38 minutes, I believe. So it wasn't working. So I come back in here. I was like, something ain't working. So I got all the fuel out of it. Went over with my Pringles hand. Started trying with the water. I'm sitting there priming the pump. And it's not doing anything. It's different than a change. What I don't like about these pumps, which it says online, that's the only information you can find out about it, is this is okay. This is a spring that puts enough pressure to where it can shoot past it between like 4 to 7 psi. And the strange part about it is, this is filled up with fuel, gasoline. And the fuel comes in, goes all the way through the pump, through everything, and comes out the backside. And they say, oh, it's okay because there's no oxygen in here, so it can't combust. I'm like, okay, but that's still kind of creepy how it's just going straight through the damn pump. So I bring it back in here and I look at it and I was like, what? So I opened it up, take it apart. I hated doing it, man, because I had just all this but on the back side. I didn't have to do this before. I only had to do it on the front, but I went ahead and did it on the back because I was like, I'm done. I'm not taking the damn thing apart anymore. So another thing that I like about this one is it's got a gasket. It's got an O-ring that fits. Not this one, the Mr. Gasket. It's got an O-ring that fits on the very top of this unit right here that seats down in the bottom. So that's another good thing. And when I opened it up, this thing was just sitting there in the middle, cracked completely open like this, and all the fins still in place. It was just broke clean in half. It was so quiet that it just snapped clean in half. I was like, well, no, it really didn't work. It's wood anyways. So I was like, damn, I can't use wood. Wood's not going to work. Well, I think it's safe to say that a wood gear does not work. It just shattered straight in half. Huh, that's crazy. Yeah, it works though, I guess. Or don't work. Either way. He stuck out all the parts though. So, I came in the house. After I took everything apart, I come in the house, went out there, put my hood down, locked up my truck and everything. I come back in here and I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Then I was like, nope, I can't do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. So I'm running around my house. I'm looking at everything. I got my 7/8. I got my little, this small piece right here. I got my little thing, because this gets dirty sometimes. Put it down here like this. Like this. Like this. Clean it. Scotch-Brite. And it gets nice and clean. Pull it out. Nice and clean. It's halfway shiny. So I'm running around. And you can't tell now because that one's messed up. But this original sprocket, I was like, ooh. There's 5/8 right there. Chop that damn thing off. I fill it up with solder. Drill holes in the backside, fill it up with solder. Chop it down. There's me one right there. It's metal. I'm using that one. So I'm running around the house. It's perfect, man. It's 100% perfect. If you think that's not right, look, 5/8. It's perfect. Another thing about these fins for the Edelbroch, the fins actually are by a 32nd, maybe a 16th wider. They're wider. See how they barely stick out like that right there? That's one of the one fins. Now the Edelbrochs, they're flush. They're flush. They fit down in there flush. So I'm running around, and I was like, man, I gotta find something. I started grabbing everything that I can find that I can do. I said, okay, I'm gonna use that. Nope, I'm gonna use this. Well, that's not right. I can't use that. So I'm running around. I'm flipping out. I'm pulling out boxes. I'm pulling out stuff. I'm like, you know what? I got 2 of these. I'm gonna take these right here. I'm gonna fill them up with solder. And I really don't know if I necessarily have to. And you know what? Perfect size. It's just like it's the only problem that I have. I don't have any problems working with metal. I'm a fabricator. It's just I don't have any tools like that. And that right there, look at that. That's perfect. That is perfect. It's beautiful. It's a little narrow. I mean, it's not solid, but I can fill this up with solder, and the hole will be right here, so I ain't got to worry about the solder being. But if I mess with it with metal, it's gonna take a while because I got grinder and I got a rotor motor tool over there. It's just gonna take a while, and I'm just kind of a little iffy about the being able to spin it because it's metal. And I'm sitting there running around. I was like, man, my little piece right here, the one I put when I was using, I put my drill bits in here. I made it for my file. It's the inside diameter for my files because I had like a little blister on my damn hand for doing it. So I would put like drill bits in there, but the drill bits that I have to use, got to put tape on them and stuff like that. Put them down in there, measure it where it's going to be, put it down in there, tighten it up, hand whittling, That's how I did. That's how I did all these right here, because I don't want to use the electric drill because I'm worried it's gonna crack it. So I'm messing around, I'm running around, and I'm looking at all the stuff that I've got. And I've got nuts, and I've got bolts, and I've got all kinds of stuff. I was like, okay, I can use this one. This right here fit. I was like, that's kind of, oh, look, I can't use it. So these right here, perfectly round, was my best bet. It was in the toolbox. It was my best bet. And I was like, man. Then I found this. I was like, oh, that's a really good one. They're all identical size. You could tell they're identical. They're all size. This has got threads in it, so it's kind of that diameter is a little bit lower because it's lower than the threads. And that one right there is probably my best bet. And then I'm walking over there, and I got like a bunch of punches, and then I found what I'm using. I'm using this. I'm going to chop it right here. This is brass. I got 2 of these. I'm chopping it right here. That's going to be my perfect, wherever the perfect diameter is. Then I'm going to chop it right there, grind it down. This is brass. It's really light. It's strong. It won't tear nothing up. And it's way lighter. And I got a bunch of it. There I am. That is me. That's my baby right there. That's what I am using to make the gear. So when you see the gear next, it'll be that. See, every pump that I put together, it works. No problem whatsoever. It's just this right here goes bad. It breaks. And that's the only thing that breaks. That's what it breaks. So, problem solved. I just got to make the gear. That's it. Problem solved. Yep. Problem solved. Now it's got to make the freaking gear. And also, got a clock now. So, how long have I been recording on this one? I've been recording this in 41 minutes and 32 seconds. I try to stop every 10 to 20 minutes because if it's bigger than 30 minutes, this is going to be 2, maybe 3 gigabytes. It's probably going to be 3, maybe 4 gigabytes. I might not be able to do anything with it. That kind of sucks. So I'm going to stop it. And next time you see the video, I should be done. Or when you see the video, I will actually be making the project. I won't be talking. The commentary will be added on.